Melbourne.
Sydney is not in Melbourne. Very bad.
Sydney, yeah?
Yeah. ROW, a virtual location connecting the remaining places in the rest of the world. This will be on the net. So first, seminars and panel discussions. So the possible candidates for speakers and panelists must be powerful speakers and opinion makers who make an impact. Imagine Sam Pitroda, Narayan Murthy, and Matik Singh Ahluwalia. These guys come in, they say consistently the same message. The country will listen to them. We have people who can. The other day, Ishwar Alagalli was there, I want to meet Narayan Murthy. He said, you tell me the time. I'll fix it and we will convince him. Sam also said it's a good idea. So I think CDOT will be represented by Sam. And we want people who are powerful speakers who can make an opinion impact on the country. It's not all CDOTians now who has to go and give their 2 pence. Not necessary. Whoever can do that very well, let's put him there. Industry, private, Narayan Murthy, Ramadurai, Nandan Nilekani, Ratan Tata, Sunil Mittal, Anil Ambani. So Sam felt Narayan Murthy is in, Ramadurai is out, Nilekani is in, Ratan Tata very unlikely, Sunil Mittal very positive. So these are the people he felt will agree to this. It's very doable. So this is a list. Out of that, probably we may choose a few guys. Public, Madhavan Nair, Dr. DPS, someone from the customer. The guy who bought $1 billion plus worth of our equipment, must talk about that. Seth is a great admirer of CDOT. I think we thought of him. Ashok Ganguly, Tarun Das, NASCOM head. From the academy, Dr. Abdul Kalam, C.N.R. Rao, Professor Indiresan, a great fan of us.
Yes.
Professor Yashpal, Kasturi Rangan, U.R. Rao, Professor N.T. extremely well-respected people in the scientific community. Economists and public life.
You are not
we told him, yes. Yeah.
June2009?
Come again? June2009, I don't want to talk in front of camera.
He said or you are saying?
I'm saying. If you want to hear the true story, you should talk to Dr. Pitti. Nowhere around.
Can we switch off the camera for a
One idea, I think this may sound a little political. I think, I'm impressed by this guy, Rahul Gandhi. Quiet guy can do that. But I think that our point is, can we ask him to come and sit in the front row, listen what we are talking about? That's it. We'll go back.
And can you speak?
Professor Indiresan told me that about 4 months back, Rahul Gandhi invited. He said, why is this calling me? He said he went and he said namaste, sat there. 5 smart guys around him. 1 hour they grilled him on the status and direction of higher education in India. The guy simply sat and took notes, said nothing, very polite to him. He said, I was very impressed. This guy is doing something meaningful. He is educating himself. There is some hope there. There can be different opinions, but still, let us see what can happen out of that. Ramesh Jairam, Arun Shori.
For sure.
Arun Shori.
For sure.
Arun Shori gives our, bipartisan support. Arun Shori was a great admirer of us. He supported us during those days. He was a Minister of Communication for some time. Prithviraj Chauhan, Matik Singh Ahluwalia, S.M. Krishna, Raja. So Raja is more political. He is the telecom minister in that. Also, I should not say that. So the seminar panel discussion, we are zeroing in on 2 topics. I think there may be some tweaking of this. Topic 1, using CDOT plus telecom experience to solve national problems. Topic 2, build a strategic IT and telecom product industry and generate more jobs. This is the CDOT's unfinished agenda. The format will be speech by opinion makers, which was given in the previous page, plus some other people. Conveying the core message. Panel discussion to give a high-level recommendation. Circulate background information ahead of event and bring panelists on same page. Effective communication of the message to the government and the intelligentsia. Strong PR coverage. Today, people really don't know we as a country, what are we today? Sam has a very simple question today. We are a huge economy today, and we use Visa and MasterCards. 3% go to America. Can't we build a card of our own? I think nobody is pushing that. Very doable. Amazing it is. And if you go to China, it's a done deal. Predominantly Chinese cards. 3% of all transactions goes to Chinese banks and the Chinese company. So many things can happen. Someone has to start questioning. Someone has to start putting ideas in. So panel discussion 1, using CDOT's experience to solve national problems. Briefly. So in CDOT and telecom, there is some learning. The formula that worked in CDOT and the Indian telecom revolution We were a small part of a larger transformation which happened. Some warm water. It was a combination of effective leadership. If you see, it's a triangle. One is leadership and clear vision. Political and government strategies and policies. This is very important. Mr. Rajiv Gandhi personified this. He gives unstinted, complete support. What we were doing in CDOT was what he believed in. What is the government of India believed in is what CDOT was doing. That's a great amount of coherence. Leadership and clear vision, unquestioned, selfless, great guys. And lot of innovation, technology, organizational. These three were the stuff which got it done. Eventually, we handed over to entrepreneurs like Sunil Mittals of the world, Anil Ambani's of the world, Tata's. They took the telecom industry to the new heights. We created this whole thing, a lot of policy stuff happened. So somewhere the story continued. Somehow policies evolved later. At some point of time it became revenue sharing, for example. It made a huge impact. So today here is an industry. In 1980, telecom was as bad as any other infrastructure. By 1995, late 90s, this one infrastructure was far ahead of everything else. We were left behind civil aviation, which is about 10 years behind, still getting fixed. If you look at
these 3 points are very relevant.
yeah, these 3 points are very relevant.
Entrepreneurship is largely a policy-driven thing, which started in the early 90s. The first telecom policy came in 95. The second one came in 2000. And it is because of these policies.
It happened, Mr. Locke, that one thing is that I remember hearing in the early 90s, Sam say, look, this is the direction. I've discussed this with Rajiv, he's convinced. So I know before Rajiv Gandhi died, the seeds for this have happened. So I'm not talking about CDOT as a narrow thing where we sat in Akbar Bhavan and Sneha Corporation did that. I look at CDOT as a larger process. We are part of a bigger thing. We are not saying we are CDOT, we are great. No. There's a national experiment which happened, which include entrepreneur, which includes very much the government. It is not us. We, government, people, industry, together we did something. We have to understand this. How it happened, why did it not fail? I think we are trying, and that learnings we want to pass on. Let's see it a little beyond CDOT.
Yeah, but I think Venkat, there is a point here. CDOT also encouraged entrepreneurship out of its employees. We had policies which basically allowed people to go out from Indian and create their own organizations. I think that was a great experience.
Here we are looking at entrepreneurship from the larger taxon of how did we create one of the best telecom industry in the world. That has happened. Now this learning of CDOT and telecom. So CDOT, recap and summarize the learnings of the successful experiment. Okay, one view is the rectangle we saw in the previous page. Articulate the model well and document it. So I think this was the best way of doing it is go and get one of the best well-known IIMs. Go and study this whole phenomena which took place. It is not a CDOT phenomena. It is a phenomena in which this country just woke up and fixed their telecom. CDOT was one interesting part of this whole thing. How did this happen? And we only, the same Garam engineers, same people, same government, same bureaucracy, did this happen? Why cannot? Look, yesterday there was a rain. Last week there was a rain in Bangalore. Most of the houses, basement was flooded. Cars were gone out. Drainage system we cannot handle. We cannot get water. Right.
And we just can't.
50% of Indian women cannot write their name. Is it not something shameful? If a country can achieve this, why can't they achieve that? That is the question we want to raise.
Yeah, Venkat, on this case study, there was a case study written on CDOT by one professor of ASCII, Professor Bhavandar, the person who actually has been organizing R&D management program.
Wonderful.
Can we go back to that case study and maybe revive
Absolutely.
that
It will be
around that?
good framework on which to build.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Dr. Bhavandar,